National Engineering College is
now be recorded.
Very good morning to all of you and warm greetings. We welcome all of you for the SALI's 28th webinar on administrating mind map using XMind. This particular webinar is being organized by the National Engineering College, the Readers Club, and the Noolagam Pesugirathu, and the SALI, the Society for the Advancement of Library and Information Science. We really thank all the participants for your continuous support since April 4th for the last 27th webinar and including this 128th webinar. And this particular webinar, actually, we are going to talk about the XMind, a mind mapping software. As you know, there are many software and tools are available which help us, the researchers and the learners, which help the research and our research process and the knowledge management practices and activities. So XMind is one of the popular open source software which we are going to discuss about. And we have a great speaker, Dr. Ramasamy, who has a lot of experience and expertise in using this particular software. XMind, as I told you, is a mind mapping software developed by XMind Limited. It allows to build the connect the or management of the elements. This software can be used to capture our ideas, clarify thinkings, manage complex information, and promote team collaboration. And also it supports mind map, connecting our ideas, diagrams, charts, and spreadsheet. So it can be used for the knowledge management practices and task management also. So whatever you develop, that in the using the software, you can export to MS Word, PowerPoint, and other things. So today, our speaker, Dr. Ramasamy, will be talking about the various important aspects of the XMind. Includes what is mind map, what are the components of mind map, how to build mind map, and uses of mind map, and also some various mind map tools are available, and particularly he will use this XMind software and give a demo. I'm sure this webinar definitely will help you for your research activities and the knowledge management practices. So with this one, it's our duty and the customary that we have to welcome our August participants and the speakers, and also learned other professionals, and Dr. Senthamil Selvi, Dean Academic, National Engineering College, and Dr. Paul Subramani is going to present the report, and our Vigneshwaran, the student of fourth year student of National Engineering College, and Dr. Karne Raghavan, librarian, National Engineering College and Central Secretary of SALIS. And we welcome all of you, sir, for this particular program. And now I request Dr. Karne Raghavan, General Secretary and the Library, National Engineering College, to deliver the welcome address. Dr. Raghavan, please.
Very good morning, one and all. I feel honored in expressing my heartily greeting everyone conveyed my webinar on administering mind map with XMind software, jointly organized Readers Park, National Engineering College, Kovilpatti, Society for the Advancement of Library and Information Science, and Noolagam Pesugirathu. I am delighted in welcoming our speaker, Dr. K. Ramasamy, College Librarian, M.E. Muttaya Government Arts College for Women, Tindikal. Welcome you, sir. I welcoming our respected director, Dr. S. Shanmugavel, our beloved principal, Dr. K. Kalidasa Murugal. I welcome you, sirs. Our professor and dean academic, Dr. S. Tamil Chevli, I convey my welcome you to ma'am. The heart of this event, our founder president Dr. A. Hariharan, who contributed this time and the mind and making this event great. I am happy in welcome you, sir. I am also welcome Dr. R. Balasubramani, Assistant Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, Balajas University, Trichy, Salis advisors, Salis GC members, other active Salis members, and my dear participants. I welcome you all. I extend a very warm welcome to all the HODs, faculties, readers for members, supporting staff members, and also library staff member for providing your gracious presence to this event. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you, one and all, sir.
So thank you, Dr. Raghavan, to deliver the welcome address. So on behalf of Salis and Nulagam Besarada, we really thank the management, the principal, the director, the faculty and student members, and Dr. Tamil Selvi Dean and the librarian for having given an opportunity to us to jointly organize this series of webinars, starting with this particular webinar. So now it's a time to introduce our speaker, Dr. Ramasamy, to the August audience. I may invite Mr. R. Vigneswaran, fourth year computer science students of National Engineering College, to introduce the speaker briefly to the audience. Thank you. Mr. Vigneswaran, please.
Everyone. Good morning, everyone. I am Vigneswaran of final year CSE. In this wonderful morning of 19 July 2020, I take a great pride of introducing the key speaker of Dr. K. Ramasamy, M.Com, MPhil, and PhD. He had won the 3 gold medal in UG, Agri, and Gandhipuram, and University second rank holder in Bliss and MLs, and he served KVS as a librarian in Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu in 1997 to 2014. Presently, he is working as a college librarian in M.V. Muttiah Government Arts College of Women's, Dindigul. He has 16.5 years of experience as a school librarian and 6.5 years experience as a college librarian. He has developed 10 academic blogs, including 1 library blogs with 40 lakhs visitors, and published 3 books in library and information science, and published 84 articles in national and international conference and seminars. Also published 69 articles in the national and international journal. He has also organized 25 Scott Camp in South India. He is also a proud member of a board of studies of 2 college. He is very much interested in blogging, instituting, and responding and metric studies, user studies, and open source software. He was a honor to have you with us. Welcome you, sir. Thank you and one and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Vigneswaran, for introducing the speaker to the audience. And it's now time to invite Dr. Ramasamy to deliver his lecture on mind map, administrating mind maps with XML software, XML software. Dr. Ramasamy, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, your screen therida, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm audible, sir. No problem, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, audible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The most respected organizers of this one-day event, Readers Park, National Engineering College, Koilpatti, especially Karnai Raghavan, sir, and all other faculty members and management team of National Engineering College, President, office bearers,
So Ramasamy, kindly unmute your mic and then continue.
Yes, sir. And the founder president, office bearers, and all the members of the much beloved Salis and Nulagam Pesigara team, and all the participants, those are from different parts of this country. Very pleasant and joyful morning to each and every one of you. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of this program, to meet you all in this online platform. And outset, I take this opportunity to thank all the organizers for having given me this wonderful opportunity of meeting you all here. Let me tell you what is the agenda of today's program. So I would like to talk about mind maps, its meaning, components, steps in building a mind map, advantages, examples of few mind maps, and I would like to give a small demo on a very popular mind mapping software, XMind, as it was introduced by our founder president Hariharan sir. See, basically, what is a mind map? Let me straight away get into the picture. See, many of us, whether we are the teachers, learners, or researchers, we would like to organize the content. The content may be your subject, what you are going to teach today, or the content may be what you are trying to learn today, or the content may be something what you are going to do away with your research. So whatever may be the content, we would like to organize the content in a more appropriate, in a graphical, in a diagrammatical, in a visual form, so that it would be easy for us, it would be easy for others to have a look at this particular maps, the so-called shortened version of your mind built ideas. And in fact, mind map is a diagram, you can say, wherein we are trying to get a core subject and we would like to find out all the related words, tasks, concepts and items which are related to that particular subject, that particular concept, and all these concepts are linked to the core idea in a non-linear graphical layout. So we don't follow a kind of a linear pattern of showing the relationship. We have a non-linear graphical layout so that we will be achieving the purpose of having an intuitive framework around the central concept. So very simple. You have an idea, you want to present the idea, having a core idea at the center. You like to build a kind of a web structure, how a web is built. In the same way, you like to talk about a particular concept. Fine. And here you can see here what is a mind map. So mind map is a method for organizing information, prioritizing information, learning information, reviewing information, or memorizing information. And mind map, it presents a comprehensive summary of information, and it presents a fusion of pictures that will stimulate your creativity, and it presents a fusion of pictures that simulates all your senses. It presents a fusion of words that will simulate both your logic and intellect. And this is a method that can be used for giving a summary of over chunk of information that you have. And apart from that, it helps you to present an overview of the subject what you are trying to concentrate on. So theoretically, what is a mind map and what is mind mapping? See, mind map is a product. It is born out of the process called mind mapping. See, mind map, we are trying to build a good number of concrete ideas around a centrally positioned concept. And this concept is usually shown in the middle when we will have a lot of branches which are moving away from this central idea. So that happens because of your brainstorming, because of your logical thinking, your creativity, your imagination, your collaboration and participation and interaction. You get the ideas, and these ideas are placed around a centrally created concept. In fact, the concept of mind map has been in the field of teaching and learning since 1970s, but the concrete shape of mind maps was given by its inventor by name Tony Buzan. People have got different names for mind maps. Some say it is a mental schemes, some term it as mental graphs, and some say it is a conceptual map, and some say it is a synaptic map. Though there are some differences between mind map and conceptual map, people have got different names for mind maps. So before I talk to you about the components of mind map, I just would like to give some examples for mind maps. For example, this is a mind map about an individual, Tony Buzan. This is a central theme. We would like to talk about this particular person, his multifaceted personality, his abilities, his strength, his weakness, his contribution. All those aspects are presented in the help of this particular mind map. See, this particular person is an author. He has written 95 books, visited 150 countries. He's a person who knows more than 30+ languages. He's an educator. He's a sportsman. He's a highly intelligent person. He created a software called iMindMap, and he is a founder of many charitable institutions, and he was an advisor to government agencies and business people, and he was involved himself in many media activities. And this is how we take a common idea, a central concept, and we start building around this particular central idea, the major branches, and each and every branch will start having sub branches, and this is how we start building mind maps. So here, this is a mind map about primary and secondary sources. What kind of sources you can use in your research work? So we have what primary resources, secondary resources. Primary are again divided into quantitative and qualitative, the same way secondary also. And this is a mind map about research design, different kinds of research designs, what a researcher can have for his research work, maybe experimental or qualitative or research synthesis, descriptive, exploratory, or a combination of all these things. Here, a mind map is meant for data analysis. See what kind of statistical tools and techniques that can be employed by you in your research work. Either you can have descriptive statistical tools, or you can have inferential statistical tools. Then comes a mind map, which talks about how we can connect ourselves with nature. What are different methods that can be adopted? And this is about energy saving. When you're in an organization, how energy can be efficiently and effectively saved in your organization. Maybe in terms of transport, in terms of waste management, in terms of lighting, in terms of heating and air conditioning, in terms of handling office equipments, in case of your tanking, in case of water heating. So around this particular central idea, lot of branches are formed, and every branch is having a couple of sub branches. This another mind map, it's about global warming, how you can solve the problem of global warming. It's a mind map. And the simple mind map about your health. See, if you're having a stress, how you can get rid of your stress, what kind of exercise you can go for, what kind of diet you should have, the importance of sleep in taking care of health. See, these many concepts are built around the main concept called health. And this is a mind map about nervous system. What are the functions of your nervous system? And this is a very, very simple mind map wherein you talk about what kind of activities you can have on a particular holiday, like Sunday. And it's a mind map which is created by a businessman. So he wants to create a marketing strategy. Either he wants to introduce a new product, or he wants to popularize the already existing product. So what are the various strategies? What are the various steps he needs to follow in marketing his products? It's a mind map what he has created. And there's a problem solving mind map which can be used by anybody, whatever may be your problem. First you say what is a problem, you analyze your problem, you find out the reasons for this particular problem, and you see what are the solutions, and you tell us how you can implement all the solutions to get this particular problem solved by you. This is a mind map, a family tree mind map. See, for a great personalities, you can create a kind of family tree. Even for yourself, you can get a family tree. And what are the different ways for which we can use mind map? See, if you want to brainstorm a new idea, an idea which is not very common, an idea which is to be explored by a group of people, you can brainstorm it using mind maps. And if you want to take a decision on a particular situation by looking at both positive and minus aspects of very many factors, you can make use of mind map. You got some chunk of information, you want to organize the information in a very, very logical and a visual way, you can go for mind map. If you want to create a strategy for any kind of issues in your organization, you can think of using mind maps. Even when you're planning an event, maybe a webinar, maybe a conference, you can make use of mind map. You can decide about who is the speaker, who is the organizer, what about the food committee, what about the reception committee, what about the certificate distribution committee, and who is going to complete the program. So that way, using all these components, you can even use mind map to plan events. And if you're doing any project, maybe a class project, maybe your own research project, you can use mind maps to create and run a project. And whatever new ideas you have, all those ideas can be effectively presented using mind maps. And if you want to assess a situation, maybe something like COVID-19 situation, a particular situation in your institution, in your society, in your home, in your research work, you can make use of mind map to assess and present a comprehensive view of that particular situation. Even otherwise also, when a session is going on, if you want to take notes of what is being given by the speaker, you can make use of mind mapping tools. Okay, fine. How to create a mind map? See, first thing is that though it is given as 3, this is the first step I should believe. You should try to create the mind map in your mind. So you should have your mind, brain, thoughts, and you should try to create connections between your thoughts. You should create a kind of association between different concepts, what you have in your mind. So before you start taking a pen or a computer, you should be able to exactly find out what is your core thing, what are the various branches, what are the various things you want to associate. So you should have a mind map in your mind first. Then you got 2 different methods. Either you take pencils, pen, paint, you can prepare a hand-drawn mind map. Otherwise, you can go for computers. Either you can make use of online softwares or you can make use of desktop softwares for the purpose of creating mind maps. And what are the parts of mind map? So any mind map will have a central idea. It has got branches. If required, you'll have a good number of sub branches. These are the basic components of any mind map. So we have a central image. Then we have branches, 3 branches here. Every branch may have a good number of sub branches. We say minimum there should be 2 sub branches for every branch. This is a basic structure. There is a main idea, key idea. It's got 4 main branches. And every branch is having minimum of 2 sub branches. Whenever there is a need, you can link the concepts. For example, the admin people, they are responsible for registration. So that way you can create a link between the concepts. So it's a main idea. These are the branches and these are the sub branches. Fine. Now how to create a mind map? As I told you, you think about a very simple, very concrete concept which you like to concentrate on. You find out, after finding out the main content, main concept, you find out the sub themes, and all the sub themes you convert them into either single or 2-worded sentences. Then you make use of images or the codes or links or different colors to make it better. It's very simple. The mind map on how to create a mind map. So it says that use different colors. As they are given here, they use 6 different colors to illustrate 6 different aspects of creating a mind map. So use different colors. And they say that you try to develop mind map as deep as possible. See, if you take this particular mind map, it has got a branch, it has got sub branches. Even you can create a mind map for this particular sub branch or sub branch. In that way, you can create a minute level mind maps. And they say that don't worry about the perfection. You start doing a mind map, you see that lot of ideas are poured, lot of ideas are explored. You get all ideas. Perfection can be taken part later. And they say that when you're using a mind map, let both your right brain and left brain both work. We need both creativity and analytical ability in creating a mind map. And once mind map is ready, see that you are sharing your mind map with your friends, with all your buddies, so that they will also get an idea and they will try to give some fresh thoughts on your mind maps. And this mind map tells that what are the things you should keep in mind while you're preparing a mind map. First thing, you should talk about style. Either you can have your personal unique style. So we say that if a person X is creating mind map, all his mind maps will be in a particular style you can have, or you can develop a style for a concept, not a uniform style. You can create a style for a particular concept. Then you should have a center image. You can have an image, a picture, and you can use colors. Minimum at least 3 colors you have to use in a mind map. And when you're presenting the ideas should be very, very clear. They should have clarity. Your ideas can be presented either as outlines or in orders like 1, 2, 3, or you can have your ideas organized in a hierarchical scheme. What are things you need to use? Say, for example, you need to make use of links like this. See, colors are linked with the colors. So you can have links, make use of colors, try to emphasize. Whenever there is a need to emphasize a particular point, you have to emphasize, make use of images, make use of colors, and make use of dimensions, either 2-dimension or 3-dimension, single dimensions. So various dimensional figures and shapes, make use of them. And as far as keywords, what you are going to use in your mind map are concerned, the keywords should be printed either in uppercase or in lowercase. And when you are using various lines for the keywords, see that the lines should be organized. The central concepts, the central idea should be thicker line, and the outer ones, the less important ideas, can be given in thinner line. And you are supposed to create line for each word, each image, and you have to connect these words either directly or indirectly with the core theme of your mind map. Fine. And this is another mind map on how to prepare mind map. She talks about if you are preparing some lines, what should be the quality of the lines. And if you're talking about the structures, they say that how the branches should be, and they say that it should reflect your brain thinking process. See, whatever you get out of your brain thinking process, that is to be exactly reflected in a mind map. And what about the colors? What about the color codes? You see, for example, if there's an item called people, see, they have made use of small code, a small image like people. If there is a word like projects, they made use of an image which depicts that it is a kind of project. So this kind of codes, you have to make use of it. You have to make use of images. You have to make use of words. The words should be, you have to very clear with your words, because you are going to make use of minimal number of words. So those words should be very powerful, and they should be very keywords. What about the size? When you talk about the center concepts, the words should be big enough, they should be bold enough. When you talk about outer layers, you can have in small in size. Fine. And these are the 10 guidelines given by the inventor Tony Buzan on how you can create mind map. I'm not going to discuss all these things because this is what we have seen in all the mind maps. And once your mind map is ready, you can download the mind map, or you can just save it as a JPEG file or PDF file, so that you can share the mind map in your social media, or you can email it directly to your friends, or even you can embed your mind map into some open platforms or blogs, so that everybody will be able to make use of your mind maps. Fine. So as I told you, in these days, thanks to technology, we have a lot of softwares that will help us to generate mind maps. What are they? We have FreeMind, Compendium, we have MindMaster, we have FreePlane, we have CMap tools, we have Glyphy, and these are the desktop versions. Just go to online, you download the softwares, save them in your system, you can start making use. Otherwise also, there are good number of online mind mapping softwares. For example, we have bubble.us, we have MindMap, is another good online platform. We have mindmapninja.com, another online mind mapping platform, and we have MindMaster. It is also a good online mind mapping tool. And what about the use of mind map in academics? I'll just run through the slides. Self-analysis. So you can ask yourself, you can ask the students to create a mind map on themselves. Yeah, self-analysis mind map, which talks about your friends, your strong sides, your weak sides, your hobbies, your skills, and your likes and dislikes. Then if you want to revise any content as a teacher, as a learner, you can use mind map. And as a teacher, if you want to prepare a curriculum plan, a lesson plan for a semester, for a month, for a week, you can make use of mind maps. And if you're running a project, a class project in your school, in your college, you can think about using mind map. And even using mind map, you can organize this kind of pictorial or textual quizzes. And what are the benefits and use of mind maps? It's very simple. Using mind maps, you can brainstorm your ideas quickly. You can make better decisions. You will be able to take effective notes in all these kinds of meetings. And even when you're reading a printed material, you'll be able to prepare very concise notes. And whenever you are asked to present any documents, any ideas, you'll be able to do it better with mind maps. And if you have any problem, you can try to prepare a mind map on step-by-step method of solving a particular problem. And mind maps are normally categorized into 3 usage types. They are used for your thinking purpose, for learning purpose, for your communication purposes. Fine. And this is a mind map on the benefits of mind map. You can see here, mind map improves imagination, improves memory, improves concentration, improves notes taking, improves level of interest, and it improves problem solving ability. It improves management of study time. It improves management of revision time, and it improves capacity to remember related chunks of information. It improves the capacity to see detailed information, or it helps you to improve the capacity to see bigger picture. Otherwise also, the mind maps help you to clarify your goals, your plans, your ideas, your thoughts, and it helps make learning fun and exciting. So these are various benefits of making use of mind maps. And so as far as a researcher is concerned, what are the areas on which he can make use of mind maps? As a researcher, so when you are conceiving a problem, when you are giving the statement of a problem along with their limitations, scope, and delimitations, you can prepare a mind map which shows exactly what your topic is all about. Or when you're doing a review of literature, at the end of the review of literature process, you can prepare a mind map that shows exactly what your reviews are all about. Or when you talk about a sampling strategy for your research work, mind maps can be used for to create a mind map of sampling strategies of your research work. Or even you can use mind map to show what are the various components of your questionnaire or interview schedule. Apart from that, you can prepare a schema of various statistical tools that you are going to use for your research work with the help of a mind map. Not only that, when your research work is over, all your findings can be presented visually in a mind map. And apart from that, based on the findings, sometimes your research may propose a prototype model, a new method of doing something. So your new ideas, your new methods can be presented visually in a better way, making use of mind maps. Not only that, when somebody is asking for the synopsis, abstract of your research work, even your abstract synopsis can be presented as a single or a couple of multi-maps. Fine. And this 1 or 2 slides, we talk about the use of mind maps in libraries and librarians. See, as a librarian, mind maps can be used for giving an overall overview. So if you want to show about the library use statistics, library services, library resources, you can make use of mind map to showcase all your resources and services and statistics. See, if you have a library proposal, so you have a proposal to digitize your entire library, you want to submit this proposal to your management. In that case, you can make use of mind map to present your proposals in an effective manner. See, every year you take classes for first year students, maybe on information literacy or library orientation programs, to teach the children on various components of information literacy or user awareness program. You can make use of mind maps. At the end of the year, when you are asked to present a report of library activities, you can make use of mind map to present all your reports. Library posters can be prepared. If you want to show the library organization structure, you can make use of mind map. And if you have any marketing strategy to attract and retain your customers on any new product or services, you can think of using mind map. On important days like National Librarians Day, so you can create a portrait of S.R. Ranganathan or other great librarians. Or when you are taking class on NDLI, you can create a mind map on NDLI. And not only as library professionals, even as an individual faculty member, you can make use of mind map to have a self-analysis mind map, and you can prepare a mind map on things to do. See, what are the things you are planning to do in a particular academic year, maybe in terms of your research, maybe in terms of your teaching learning process. So what are things you are planning to do? You can prepare a mind map. And whenever you get some new ideas, new concepts, and new programs, you can use mind map to nurture them, to develop them, and to see that these ideas, concepts, and programs are becoming very concrete in nature. So all these things you can make use of mind maps. So thank you so much for watching this theoretical presentation on mind map. Now let me move on to the software. Sir, my software screen is visible, sir. Sir, my software screen is visible.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, dear
Yes, sir.
participants, now I have come to the demonstration of this particular software. The name of the software is XMind 8 Update 9. Just go to Google and type XMind 8 Update 9. Even XMind 2020 is also available. If you want, you can download the latest version too. And it is a single exe file. Once the file is downloaded, just double click it, say yes, the software is installed. A single click on that exe file will take you to this particular home page. So this is the home page of XMind software. So let me start creating a mind map. Here there are menus are there. We have got file menu, edit menu, view menu, insert, modify, tools, window, all these things. Click on file, new. I want to create a new mind map. So I went to file, I click new. Two options are available. One is blank, another is templates. See, blank means they are the skeletons. You can choose any skeleton. You can start building your own mind map. Or some templates are already available. If you want to make use of any one template, for example, you like this particular structure very much, or you want to create a mind map which is somewhat similar to this particular template. So what you can do is that you double click this particular template, and that particular template will appear here. So when you want to make use of a similar template for your mind map, you can take the one which is already available and you can go and change. So whatever you want to change, you can go and change. You can create a mind map which is similar to this. Fine. That is one way of doing it. And second way is that, see, I don't want to take any template. I want to create a mind map of my own. So what I can do is that, let me close this, and I can just go to new. I click on blank. In blank, you have to choose any one template, any one blank format. For example, let me choose this particular one, or this one, any one, whatever I feel like. I just select one particular thing, double click it. Once I click that, a blank form, see, already in the XMind software, so whatever mind maps were created based on the blank format, what you have chosen, all those are listed. You can choose any one. For example, maybe I will go for this one. I'll say create, and you can see a mind map is ready. So now I'm going to talk about a mind map. So for the sake of simplicity, let me try to create a mind map for an individual, a particular person. Okay. So what I need to do is that I should give a name for the central theme. Okay. Single right click. Okay. After a single left click, you can have a single right click. There you can go and type about the concept. For example, here I want to talk about myself. I want to create a mind map on myself, a self-analysis mind map. You can create a mind map of any small idea, any small concept, what you like to talk about. Fine. Now I have selected Dr. K. Ramasamy. He is the person about whom the entire mind map is going to revolve around. Fine. Now this is core idea. Now I would like to create some branches. So what will be the branches? Maybe his education qualification, his research contribution, his academic activities, and his interest, his talents, his weak features. So anything can be the part and parcel of the main branches of this particular core concept called Ramasamy. How to insert the branches? See, for example, single right click. So keeping the cursor here, single right click, and you can see here insert option is there. Insert. Here you can click on topic. You'll get a branch. You want one more? Once again, insert topic. Right click, insert topic. So this way you can go and create any number of branches which you like to create for this particular core idea called Ramasamy. Fine. So I have created 4 branches. Suppose if you are interested in creating sub branches, then select any one main branch. Again, once again, give right click, say insert, click subtopic. See, first topic is created. Again, I want one more subtopic. Again, click on single left click and then single right click, insert, go for subtopic. So this way you can go and create subtopic for any number of branches. So this is the first and foremost step that you need to do based on the idea what you have in your mind. You decide the theme, you decide upon the main branches, and then you decide about the subtopics or sub branches. Fine. So let me take the core idea. This is a core idea. So give a single right click, insert, For example, since it is a central idea, I would like to keep an image. How I can do that? See, I click single left click, single right click, go to insert. Here, there is an option called image from file. You click on image from file and system will ask you where the file is available. You can choose a file. This is my file. I have selected the file. Click on open. And you can see here the images come. So what I'll do is that I will reduce the image in this particular state. If you want, the image can be moved either to the left side, or to the right side, or at the bottom, or at the top. You can move the image as the way you like. So what I've done is that I have selected a central theme. I have given a name, and I have given a particular picture to this core idea. Fine. Now let me go to the main topic. So what is the main topic? I want to talk about his educational qualification. I want to talk about his experience in handling the classes, in teaching in library, and whatever it may be. And third one, I want to talk about his research contribution. And the fourth one, I want to talk about his personal traits. So these are the 4 main branches I would like to concentrate on this particular individual. Fine. So on this particular branch, I have selected 2 subtopics. For example, education qualification. I talk about school level education qualification. Then I talk about college level educations, something like that. So this way you can go and create any number of branches and any number of sub branches. Fine, good. So now let me take this particular branch called education qualification. Now I give a single right click. This menu appears. Go to insert, and if you want to create topic before, or if you want to create a parent topic for this particular topic, you can use. For example, click on topic before. You see, one more topic has come. So why it is already changed? I have chosen a particular style that will balance the contents of both the sides. So when you keep on adding the content, it will automatically balance by itself. You need not do anything. See, now one new concept is added. This way you can add a new concept, or click on insert. If you want, you can create a call out. What is the call out? You click on call out. You write a call out like this. See, something like this. You can give some information. This is about his performance in school libraries. So when you want to have a call out, yeah, component which is away from a branch, you can create a call out this way. Then give a right click, go to insert, relationship. If you want to create a relationship between this particular branch or a sub branch to another branch, you can click on relationship. Arrow comes. You can take the arrow and you can link it to any topic you feel like. For example, I would like to link this main topic file to his personal traits. See, now it is linked. You can see a window here. What you can do is that you can just move it a little bit, and this also you can move to any extent, any place you like, and whatever relationship you have. For example, what is the relationship between these 2 items? This talks about kind of association. Okay, fine. So I can just give any kind of relationship that exists between these 2 links. So this way we can create link between any 2 links or sublinks. That is very much possible. You can do it. If you want, you can move it also. That's about creation of links. Fine. Then let me come to the next option. Give a right click, go to insert. There you can create a boundary. For example, let me take this one, experience. I want to create a boundary for this particular concept. So right click, insert, and I can say boundary. You can see a boundary is created now. So this way I can go and create boundary for any kind of branches, whatever I have created. See, a full boundary. This is another boundary. So boundaries can be created. Fine. The next one, give a right click, go to insert. And if you want to create nodes, suppose you want to create some nodes, so click on nodes, a box appears, and you can prepare a small note for this particular sub branch. You can say, so this topic reveals the research contribution of the author. So your note is ready. See, if you just give a click on this, you will be taken to a place where whatever notes you have typed will appear. And if you want, you can increase the font size. See, whatever notes you have prepared, you can increase the font size, you can increase the font style, you can make it bold. If you want to add a picture, you can add a picture. If you want to add a link, you can link. See, all these can be done when you are inserting a note to any of the branches. So that is very much possible. You can create nodes for any branch or any sub branch. Good. Let me come next item. Click on insert. You can go to comments. So you want to give some comments, maybe school. Here you want to give a comment that here primary schooling is discussed. So only primary school level education I'm going to talk about. So that kind of comments can be created. Click on save. Now the comment is saved. Here I have created a note. Here I have created a comment. By the time you hover your mouse over this particular cloud-like structure, you can see read the commands given here. So notes can be added, comments can be added. For example, I want to add a file. I want to give a hyperlink of a file to a particular branch. For example, I click personal rights, give a right click, I go to insert and I say hyperlink. When it's hyperlink, three possibilities are there. One is you can give a link of a URL, a website URL can be given, or you can give a file. You can give any one file, or you can choose any topic within this particular mind map. Any one branch can be linked to another branch. So let me show you all. Here I just give like something like google.com maybe, or if you're having your own personal website, you can say something like ramasamy.librarian.com. So whatever website you want to create a link to this particular branch, you can type the URL, you can say okay. You can see here near personal rights, to the right of it, you can see a kind of hyperlink mark is available. If you click this mark, it will be taken to another place where whatever website you type, that will open. Okay, that you can give link. This is one kind of link. Another kind of link is that, for example, give a right click, I go to insert, I go to hyperlink. What you can do is that you can link to a file. So whatever file you have in your computer, you can link this particular branch to any file. I just click on file and I say choose a file, and I go to my folder. I select a particular file, a Word file, any file you can link, of course. Then click on open and here say okay. You can see here just near to college, a Word file appears. If you click on this Word file, open file, just click it. You can see here the Word file will be open. You can go and read the file. So that way you can even link to a particular file which is available in your local computer system. So those who are learning a particular concept, you can relate all the related files to a single mind map, so that whenever you are reading your mind map, you can go to various files, you can read, you can recollect, you can come back to the original mind map. Not only that, for example, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have made use of 5 branches. Suppose I want to move from one branch to another branch with the help of hyperlink. Even that is possible. For example, I click research contribution, I give a right click, I'll go to insert, I'll click on hyperlink. Here I can choose topic. It says that only one file is there, these many topics are there. I want to link this particular branch to a branch called maybe like main topic file. Okay, say okay. Good. Now you see here near research contribution, a small M screen is there. It says that go to. If you give a click on this go to, you'll be reaching main topic file. So to navigate from one branch to another branch of a mind map, also you can make use of this particular option called insert hyperlink. Fine. Apart from that, see, give a right click, insert. There is a possibility of attachment. You can attach. See, not only you give a link to a particular document, if you want, even a particular document can be taken and attached to this particular mind map. Even that is permitted. You click on attachment, you choose any one file, and you say open. You can see here this particular file is not linked, it is attached to the part and parcel of this mind map. Even that kind of attachment is possible. Fine. And once you have done all these things, the next things may be once insert all the options we have seen, how to insert a topic, a subtopic, a call out, boundary, relationship, image from file, notes, comments, hyperlink, attachment. We have seen all these things. Now let me go for second option called markers. You select any branch, any sub branch, single left click, then single right click, select markers. Many markers are there. So if you want to give a code, an image to your particular branch, whatever images are available, from the existing list, you can choose any image. For example, I click task priority. So these many options are there. I click priority 1. You can see here 1 has come. Let me select another sub branch. I call out. I go to marker. I go to faces. I click angry. See, faces come. I go to next branch. Right click, marker. I go to flags. I select any one flag. Flag has come. I go to school. I go to marker. I go to people. I select purple color. Now it has appeared. So this way you can go and add different kinds of markers, maybe arrows, maybe symbols, very different kinds of symbols. The symbols that may resemble to your mind map, to that particular branch, you can choose. So this way you can add markers to each and every branch, each and every sub branch. Even that is very much possible. And the markers, we have got even month. If you want to add months, if you want to add days, if you want more images, that can be used as your codes. Click on more option. The right side, you will see a long list of markers that can be used to prefix the name of your branches. So for example, I have selected experience. I select this particular code. It has come here. This way, you can go and add any number of markers. Once you have added sufficient number of markers, you can click this so that it will be disappearing. So what we have done so far, I created a central theme like this. I added an image to the theme. Then I created 5 branches, and for few branches I created sub branches. I added nodes, I added comments, I have given hyperlink to one web address, I have given hyperlink to one word file, I have given hyperlink to one branch to another branch, and I have attached the file. I have added the markers. So we have seen these many things so far in this mind map class. Fine. Let me go further. Okay. See, once you choose any one particular branch, you give a right click. There is something called a drill down. For example, you have got a concept. You feel that if this particular concept is here, I am not able to think properly. So what you can do is that you take this particular branch, particular sub branch, to a separate place, do all the adjustments, make all the corrections, and then you can bring it back here. To do so, you click on drill down. You click drill down. You see, main topic alone has come separately. Now, whatever you want, for example, you want to just like a main mind map, you want to add. Again, you want to add a marker. You want to add a kind of subtopic, and you want to add a marker. See, whatever you want to add it, you can add it. See, once you have done all the necessary things with this particular branch, once again you can take it back to the main mind map. How to do that? Just to give a click on this arrow. You can see here whatever I have done, it has come. So that, see, whenever you want to concentrate on a particular branch or a sub branch, that can be drilled down separately. You can take it to a separate page, you can add and do everything, and once again you can bring it and attach to the mind map. So that is the purpose of drill down. Okay. Once again, let me go to another branch. I give a right click. So drill down is over. This is new sheet from topic. For example, I feel that this particular mind map is not having sufficient place for demonstrating the research contribution of the author. So what I can do is that we click on new sheet from topic, so that this particular research contribution, a branch, has become a separate mind map. So you can see here at the bottom leftmost part of the software, already I was working in sheet 1. Now a new sheet is created called research contribution. So this is a separate sheet. Now what you can do is that you can go and add about my the number of journal articles, number of book chapters, number of books, number of invited talks, number of projects. So I can go and create another mind map on my research contribution. So this is something like MS Excel. How in MS Excel, one Excel file will have a lot of worksheets. In the same way, here also you can create for a single mind map, you can create any number of worksheets. So if you want another worksheet, see, take the cursor here, give a single right click, you can rename the sheet, you can copy the sheet, you can duplicate the sheet, you can delete the sheet, you can create a new blank sheet. All those things are possible, just like how you do in MS Excel. Now, for example, I was working this particular mind map. Here, I have taken one particular branch called research contribution, a separate sheet. So I will go and work everything. So once this work is over, see if you give a, if they want to go to main topic, you give a click on this, this will be taken them to the main topic. So this way, either you can temporarily take a branch, work and bring it back, or if you want to remove a branch from this particular mind map and you want to create a separate mind map for the sub branch, even that is also very much possible in mind map. Good. Then comes give a right click. If you want, you can cut, you can copy, you can paste, all those things are possible. Here comes structure. So very importantly, when you select any branch, you select any branch. After selecting the branch, let me select this particular branch. You are structure. If you click on structure, you can change the structure of that particular branch. For example, let me select one particular structure. Let me select this timeline horizontal. See, it is changed. Or any other structure, just go on the click, it is changed. So any branch, the structure of any branch can be changed into any number of ways. So this is a possibility of changing the structure of your branches. Once you may start with a particular design. Later on, if you want to change the structure of your branches, that is very much possible. So you can change it, no problem. The same way, if you want to create a format, for example, I click on this particular branch, right click, say format. Now many options are available for formatting a particular branch. For example, if you want to change the structure of this particular branch, here you can go and select any particular style. You see, it's changed now. Or if you want to add some kind of a different layout, for example, I want this particular branch designed this way in a cloud form. Click the cloud, it will be changed. You go to another branch, you can select some other design. Go to this particular callout, you can change it. Go to this topic, you can change it. So this way, we don't change the design of any branch or sub branch. The structure and format of each and every branch can be designed according to the wish. For example, I want to change the font size or font style. You can go and change it, no problem. I want to make it bold and I want to make it italicized. I want to have center alignment. So all these things are possible. And apart from that, if you want to change the color, so I want to have it a diamond shape, you can change it. Or if you want to have a, I want to have very, this is very, very important point. I want to make it the fattest line. You can have fan, no problem. And if you want to change the design of these kinds of connectors, for example, I don't want this kind of connector. I want to have straight line connector. See, you can change the connectors. So these are different ways by which each and every branch can be formatted. You can change the structure. You can apply the style of your own style. You can change the font, the style, all those things and all. See, all these things are possible with each and every branch of your mind map. So each and every branch can be designed that way. Now, apart from each and every branch, suppose if you want to change the background of this entire mind map, you want to apply something to the entire worksheet, then keep the cursor anywhere you like, give a right click. There is something called formats. Keep the cursor anywhere, give a right click, format appears. So this is applicable for the entire mind map, not for the particular branch, sub branch. If you choose anything here, that option will be applied to the entire mind map. So I want to change the background. So click on background here. Choose any one color you like. So entire background will change. You can change the background. If you want to select some wallpapers, some fixed wallpapers are there. Or even if you want to have your own picture, you have got some pictures, some images. You want to have that image, that picture as your background. Even you can select. For example, let me select this particular option. I have selected one particular option. You can see there's a change in my background. And if you want to have different kinds of lines, you want to have different colors for different kinds of lines, you can click that so that the line colors will be changing. Not only that, if you want to show notes, you want to show hyperlink, you want to show all the things you can do in this particular option called sheet format. So this option is used whenever you want to do something for the entire mind map as a global changing item. For that, we can make use of this format. Clear? So there are two different kinds of formats. I told you, I think I'm not confusing you. If you take a branch, select a branch, right click, format is there. So if you do anything, that changes will be applicable only to this particular branch. If you keep the cursor anywhere on the mind map, give a right click, again a format appears. If you choose anything here, that will be applicable to the entire mind map. Fine, I think that's clear to you. Fine. Now let me come to the right hand side. This is a mind map. On the right hand side, bottommost portion, you can see here minus and plus. You can decrease the size, or you can increase the size of the mind map. Or if you want to see how it will look like an overall, you can see here. You can see in the screen, bottommost right hand side, a small overview has appeared. That will appear when you give a click on this particular eye, get an overview. And apart from that, here there's an option, bottommost right side, auto save on or option. By default, whatever work you do in every 5 minutes, the work will be automatically saved by mind. Okay, so that kind of option is available. On the right side, you can see few options. Here, the first option is outline. You give a click on outline. You can see the entire outline. What are the various branches, sub branches, subtopics, whatever you type, everything will appear here. This outline. And the same way, if you want to make any changes in the mind map, you can do in the outline itself. Whatever corrections, whatever additions, deletions you do in outline, that will be reflected in the mind map. For example, main topic 5, I want to change the name of the main topic as his maybe achievements. Okay, achievements. See, once we change that, you can see here, even in the mind map also, the particular thing is changed. Don't worry about the spelling, I'm sorry. For example, I want to change subtopic here, experience. So I want to type something like school experience. Okay, enter. You can see here in the mind map, it is already changed, school experience. So outline can be used either for having an overall look of all the components of your mind map, or even this can be used for editing or set right the contents what you have used in your mind map. For both the purposes, you can make use of outline. And secondly, we have got format. Click on format. You can make use of all these formatting options, whatever I discussed. You can make use of it. Again, click it. This will disappear, and this will image. And this is only meant for premium payers, not for us. So let us not worry about that. And this for markers. You can go and make use of all the markers. So either by using your mouse clicks, you can find out markers, or you can simply come to the rightmost portion of the software, click on this particular flag, you'll get all the markers. Click it once again, that will disappear. And this is about themes. See, you have created a mind map in a particular theme. If you want to change it, for example, I want to change it this way, maybe something like this. I want to change it. I give a click on this. It says override. You can see here the entire mind map will be changed according to the design what I have selected. Even that is also permitted. Same mind map can be designed, redesigned to many different templates. Even that is very much possible here. If you click on this, okay, and here notes, all the notes will appear, whatever notes you have prepared for your mind maps. And this one is comments. The comments whatever you created, all the comments appear here. And these are the few menu items that are available on the rightmost portion of your software that can be used for formatting your mind map. Fine, I think it's clear to you. And this is the mark I told you, and this is a format. So let me change the okay, format. Let me go to background. Let me change the color so that it looks better. I will change it to maybe a light color. Okay, fine, good. So this is about the mind map creation. So far we talked about creation of a central theme, various branches, sub branches, adding colors to various branches, adding markers, hyperlinks, attachments, all those things. And I will take another 5 minutes to complete the presentation. So here, if you come to file, you can save. You can save us. You can save it as a mind map file, no problem. If you want, you can save it as a template. So you created a mind map by using your own unique style. If you click save as template, then this particular mind map will be saved as a template. For example, I want to say something like training. I just given a name for this template. Okay, I just closed it. Let me it is making it ready. Now you can see a template is created by the name training. Let me close this. Okay, for example, I go to file, I go to new, and I go to templates. Just come down, just come down. These are the system generated templates. If you come to the bottommost portion, here you can see training. This is the template what you created just now. So this template can be used in future for creating mind maps on very different concepts, but this particular template you can use it. So even that kind of thing is possible in mind maps. That means your own mind map can be kept as a template for future use. This is one thing. And secondly, you can export it, you can import it. So import, let me talk about export first. So I have created a mind map. I want to export this mind map either as a PDF or image file. So click on export, and this screen appears. You can convert this into a SVG image file, or this supports free other mind map tools. You can save it as other mind map formats, or you can save it as a PowerPoint or Excel. Means you should buy the software. If you want just a image file, or you want to have it kind of other mind map tools, is free. Let me select a particular image file, SVG for example. I click next, and find, and you can generate just by clicking the file what you need. You can generate. So let me show you a bit later. So this way, what you can use it, you can export it to a particular file. Even you can import also. For example, you click on import. What are things you can import? If you are having a file in all these formats, then those formats can be imported into mind map, Xmind, and you can do all other operations. For example, let me select Microsoft Word. I say next, and it is asking for the file name. Let me select one particular file. I say open, and I want my Word file to open as a new workbook. By default, new workbook. Say finish, and wait for my Word file to be converted into a mind map. See, whatever I have in my particular Word file, so that is converted into a mind map. See, so this way, even you can create a mind map out of the contents what you have in your Word file. Even that is also possible. How is it possible? That is possible by using this particular option called import. Even that can be done. Okay. And when it's come to edit option, you can go for check spelling or find replace command. So whatever you are doing in MS Word, either for finding a particular word and correcting its mistake, or overall spell check, you can do using this edit option. You can go to view option. You can see actual size. This is actual size of your mind map. View actual size is actual size. If you want to increase, zoom in, zoom out, that you can do. You can insert whatever you have done previously. All those things can be done even by clicking on insert option. You can go for modify. You can extend all, collapse all. For example, you click on collapse all. So what happens here? What happens here? Only main branches are there. No sub branch is visible. So if you want to expand it, again go to modify and click on extend all. Now you see all the sub branches are extended. So even that kind of visibility is possible. You can do it here. And here some tools are there. Some other tools are only meant for pro users, not for everybody. Fine. Now let me come to this particular portion where you can export. See, I want to export this particular file into an image file. For example, you give a click on this downward arrow and select the file. For example, I select export image. Click on export image. It is asking whether you want the image, the particular mind map, to be saved as a BMP or JPEG or JF PNG file. I clicked JPEG file, and it itself has created a path and file name. If you want to change it, you can change it. Otherwise, give finish, and it is getting saved. It says successfully export the document. If you want to open, you can open, or you can see it later also, no problem. So this way, you can create a mind map, you can design the mind map, and you can import or export the mind maps. And these are the various options which are available with Xmind. And of course, there are a few more features which you'll be trying to explore by yourself. Take a little bit time. Just to start, just like a fun, this is exciting. Once you start creating mind maps, it is really an exciting experience. Lot of new ideas you will get. Your creativity will pop out many a time, and sometimes you will be astonished to get a lot of new ideas what you have never thought of. Your presentation skill will improve, your creativity will improve, and you will be able to save a lot of your time and energy can be saved. So Xmind is a very beautiful software, very simple software. I will request you all to kindly download the software and spend some time to work on this particular software and create mind maps on any topics of your choice. So thank you. Thank you so much. The session is over. I hand over the session to organizers so that if there is any question answer session or questions, whatever questions which I can answer, I'm ready to answer the questions.
Thank you, Dr. Ramasamy, for your excellent presentation on Xmind software and your into the knowledge and the thing. Dr. Ramasamy said that Xmind is a graphical representation of ideas. Any mind map actually is a graphical representation idea. And he gave various definition by various persons. And he's also given some example how a mind map can be used for various activities like for health, and then global warming. For that, many examples he have given. And then there are how to create mind maps in various methods using handwritten, and then even computer tools can be also used to draw the mind maps. And he mentioned about the various components of the mind map, including creating branches and sub branches. And he spoke about the various structures and the links and ideas which can be connected. And then how to make or create mind map is an example. And he also given various guidelines, particularly the guidelines which was given by Johnny Poussin, and important guidelines. And he discussed about that one. And after that, he has listed out various tools and software which are available, and also what are the software which can be available online also. And later on, how other can use, for example, a student, how we can, students or academician can use for self-analysis, and a teacher, for example, faculty members, they can use this particular tool for their curriculum, developing, creating curriculum, another thing. Of course, a project, students or researcher can, how this could be used for projects, creating projects and define the various project activities. And later on, he explained about a researcher, how he can use this particular software for making all the researches and other thing. And finally, he has given a demo, a particular important open source software called Xmind, and he downloaded the software and he installed it, and he has given a live demo, which was very, I'm sure all the participants might have noted down and then understood the various concepts that the facility that were installed. And after installation, he has given there are various templates are available, and depending upon our needs, we can create our own template, or we can use the existing template. In that software, he has mentioned various facilities which are available, like the links and then connectors and the structures and format, many other things. And totally, he has given a live example. And I'm sure that the participant might have found this software very useful for our activities and other thing. As you know, this kind of software, and he had given a lot of exposure and in-depth and into the various concept of the particular software, and one has to spend time. Now you might understood the whole concept. Now it works for the future. Now I'm sure that all of the participants, you can spend some time and learn and use it for your own application areas. With this, now we can open forum for discussion. Maybe we can take 10 minutes. If anybody want to question any of us, or you can put your queries in the chat box. So with this, I open this discussion to the audience actually. Now the discussion is open.
Let me even go through the chat box.
Yes,
if
yes, you can answer the
someone
question.
has any questions on the chat box, I will answer.
One question from yes, please.
Any free online website for mind mapping, purely free? I think even in my presentation I had shown you. Bubble.us is there, MindMaster is there, Mind Map Ninja is there. These are the free online mind mapping tools. You can go and create your mind map online. You can create your account and you can store there online. Only thing is, since they are all commercial people, they will permit you to a particular extent. I think that is more than sufficient for the teachers and learners to create necessary mind maps. So there are many online free mind mapping tools are there. As I told you, can explore, please. There's one question from Abhishek Kumar. Let me see, is there any other question?
No, I think there is no other question. Maybe participant can now you can ask a question to Dr. Ramasamy, whatever the
Sir,
doubts
good
you have.
afternoon.
Yeah, please
Good
mention
afternoon,
your
sir.
name and please mention your name and the institution which you belong, and then ask your question.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Sir, you are
Sir, I
audible.
am Dr. I am audible.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you are
yes, you
audible,
are
sir.
audible.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am Pattabhiraman, assistant librarian from Chennai.
Yes, sir. Great, sir.
Sir, can you tell the name of that software, please, sir? One
Xmind.
and one more thing,
Xmind. Yes, sir.
Xmind. And one
Xmind.
more question, sir.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
In generally, any committees come or whatever it may be, we are presenting
Yes.
through PPT like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Profile will be presented through PPT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Likewise, this presented, sir.
Actually, what you can do now, sir, you can download the software. This is free. Xmind. Xmind. You can download free. In this particular mind mapping software, you can create mind maps on different aspects of your library. You can create one mind map for your resources, one mind map for your services, one mind map for your human resources. So that way, you can create different mind maps. These mind maps can be exported as images, and you can make use of all those images as a part and parcel of your PPT presentation. Is it fine, sir?
Separately, is it possible, sir? Department wise.
It is possible. It is possible. You can do that. You can do that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can
Okay,
create
sir.
an organizational chart of the and Dr. Pattabi, you can create an organizational chart as mentioned by Dr. Ramasamy, and various
Yes, sir,
organizational chart, various divisions and persons are working in 2 different responsibilities and the time frame, all those things. As Dr. Ramasamy mentioned about, this could be used for the library also for like any other activities. And then next question, please.
There is a question in the chat box. Deepa Goswami. All mind mapping apps safe for libraries. It's not a. I think there is no concern about security because you download the software. The software is with you. Whatever data you want to portray, you make use of all your data, your mind, and create a mind map. The mind map is going to be used by you for your institutional or your own purposes. So I don't think there is a problem with the breach of your rights. That's
Okay, one more question.
Yes, sir.
One more question from Dr. Yasan. He has downloaded and installed the Xmind 2020, but he says there is a trial mode.
Yes, maybe the recent one,
yes.
the recent issue, they may say so. But I would recommend you, I would suggest you kindly go to same website. There, different options are there. There, please go and download Xmind 8 Update 9. That is free. That is completely free, which you can download. Whatever I had shown now, all the features can be experimented there. It is a version which was published just before Xmind 2020. That you can try. Xmind 8 Update 9. It is freely available. Download, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other question, please?
And one Ravi, yes, he's asking a question. How to create a mind map in library structure? Here I will learn. I'm sorry. Okay, he has learned it. I'm sorry. I thought it was a question.
Okay. Any other question? I will wait for another.
Asking about the PPT. If you are directly needed the PPT, I will send the PPT to the organizers. In turn, they may share the PPT with you, please.
Is there any other question? I will wait for another 20 seconds. Otherwise, we will move on to the next agenda.
Yeah, Dr. Ramasamy, this is Dr. Yasan here from Bangalore.
Sir, good morning. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. Just want to thank you for the insights. Very, very helpful.
Thank you, sir.
When you said this auto save, when you enable auto save, it saves all
Yes,
the changes you make. But
Yes,
my
sir.
question is, since we have not named the file, will that get saved at all? Is my question.
It will be saved as untitled, sir.
Okay.
It will be saved as untitled 1, untitled 2, untitled. That way it will save, sir. But anyway, for the safer side, once you complete all the work, whether the system saves it automatically or not, at the time of closing the mind map software, you can check you can save it and come out, sir. That is always better. That means whatever you are working at that particular moment, all those changes are getting saved. But whatever it may be, when you are closing the mind map, you go to file, click on save as, and choose a file name and come out. That means the changes what you carry out at the time of creating the mind map, all those changes are automatically saved. But if you want to save the file in a particular name, at the time of closing the mind map software, you go to file, click save as, and give a name, choose a location and come out, sir.
Any other question? Okay, thank you. Now it's time for reporting the proceedings of the webinar. May I request Dr. R. Palasubramani, Department of Library and Information Science, Paridasa University, to formally present the brief report of this today's webinar.
Yes, sir. Good morning to all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning to all. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Once again to all. The Reader's Park National Engineering College COVID-20, Salis and Noolagam Pesugirathu are jointly organized a webinar on administrating mind maps with the Xmind software on 19/7/2020. That means today, 11:30 a.m. This today program moderated Dr. A. Kariharan, sir, founder president, Salis. Dr. K. Karaniraghavan, Librarian, National Engineering College, welcome the online gathering and also give the introduction about the today program. Mr. R. Vigneswaran, 4th CSE, National Engineering College, introducing about the speaker, Dr. K. Ramasamy. You know that today speaker, Dr. K. Ramasamy, M.E. Muthaiya Government Arts College for Women, Tindikal. This webinar session consists of blend of lecture, presentation and demonstration. He presented on the concept of mind map, how to build a mind map, how can use a mind map for teaching, research and learning community. Finally, he was made a demo about the Xmind software. Around 177 participants, including research scholars, teaching faculty members and the librarian in the university and the colleges, particularly from Tamil Nadu and other states also participate in this program. And finally, Dr. Tamilchelli Madam is going to give the vote of thanks. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Palasubramani, for presenting the report. Now it's time to thank the speakers and the organizers and the people who are involved in organizing this particular program. So now may I request Dr. Tamilchelli Madam, Dean Academics, National Engineering College, to formally propose a vote of thanks. Dr. Tamilchelli Madam, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, on behalf of National Engineering College, I would like to thank all the members involved in this program. So first, let me thank our management and Dr. A. Shanmugavel, director of this in the National Engineering College, and Dr. K. Kalidas Murugavel for having given this concern to conduct this program on administrating mind maps with the Xmind softwares. And let me thank the Society for the Advancement of Library and Information Science, SALIS, and Noolagam Pesugirathu for jointly associated with the National Engineering College, not only this activities, in many of the activities. And I also thank Dr. The moderator of this program, Dr. A. Hariharan, former president SALIS, and Dr. K. Edavalakan, the present president SALIS, and the coordinator of this program, Dr. K. Karaniraghavan. He is a backbone of this organizing in this program and coordinating all other members in this program. And especially, I would like to thank the speaker, Dr. K. Ramasamy, college librarian, M.B. Muthaiya Government Arts College for Women, Tindikal, for having given, delivered a wonderful session on this mind map. And he also explained about all the components of mind map, the various benefits and how to build and how to demonstrate and all those things. And I thank Dr. R. Balasubramanian, who has presented this webinar report in this session, and also thank our student, Mr. Vigneswaran, final CSE National Engineering College, Kovilpatti, for introducing the resource person. And I also thank all the participants from various institutions, not only from Tamil Nadu and also from other states, for having participated in this program. So I thank our library members also for cooperating with Dr. K. Karaniraghavan in arranging this program. So thank all the members for directly or indirectly involved in this wonderful session. So this program is listening webinars is not alone sufficient, but also we have to apply in day-to-day life. So it is a wonderful session. It will be useful for all the, I mean, not only for the teaching community, research community people. So definitely we have to apply. So definitely we'll use it, sir. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, madam, for proposing the vote of thanks. So, participant, please note that a feedback form will not be sent to any individual. Feedback forms already displayed in the chat box, and you have to click the feedback link, and then you have to answer the questions and other thing. Then your certificate will be issued. Kindly, we will not be sending the feedback form to any one of the individual's email ID. So with this one, and we are going to end the webinar. And before that, I would like to thank again the management, the director, the principal, Dr. Tamilchelli Madam and Dr. Karani Raghavan for having given an opportunity to Salis and Nulagam Besarathu to organize this particular important program for the benefits of the students and the faculty members and library professionals and others. So with this one, we are going to conclude this webinar, and I request all the participants, you might have listening this particular webinar for the last 1.5 hours, and you have a lot of ideas and other things. That, like Dr. Ramachandran Madam told that, you can put all your ideas and then create a create a mind map using this particular software. You can practice it. I'm sure definitely you will. If you spend a week, you will come to know, or you will come to better understanding of the particular software, and then you can take any areas, for example, library or research activities or your own family history and other thing, then you can able to create it. With this one, we on behalf of the organizers, I thank all of you, particularly the participants, for your continuous support for the last 28th webinar. Thank you. That we will be getting, we are going to make the announcement of a future webinar shortly, and request all of you kindly participate in all our webinars and extend your full support and cooperation. Kindly stay home safely. With this, we will end this webinar. Thank you.